Community leaders in Eldorado Park, south of Johannesburg, say if the police officer who allegedly killed the teenager with Down syndrome is not arrested, protests will resume. It comes as Police Minister Bheki is set to visit the area this afternoon. Our reporter on the ground, Malungelo Booi, joins us now live. Malungelo, good morning to you once again. One cannot forget the very powerful images that saw community members taking to the streets, angry, retaliating community members. A sense of calm has been restored for now ahead of Police Minister Bheki visit. How is the community reacting, knowing that the Police Minister is set to address them today?
That's right, Impo. In fact, the Minister is expected to arrive here at around 12 midday. We've also been made aware that the Human Rights Commission is also in this community, also, I suppose, to probe this particular incident. You do know that the Independent Police Investigative Directorate last night told us that they were going to send their investigators also to begin their investigation into the killing of Nathaniel Julius. And of course, as you rightfully said, yesterday we saw those running battles between the police and angry residents who were demanding justice. And of course, some residents saying that they were targeted by the police while they were inside their homes. And one of those residents is Morgan Stanford. Take a listen at this clip from yesterday, what he told me.
I'm going to start shooting back right now. They came to my house and we both were working. They shot my wife, I shot my wife and my children. So that's it. I'm telling you, I'm going to shoot back. And it's going to be self-defense. Who gets the right to shoot whilst we're working? Ordinary South Africans are working. They shot my wife, they shot my brother-in-law and my child. Let them come back, I'm going to shoot back. And I want everyone to come out, because when you're for right things, you can't come out.
Angry residents, Malungelo Booi, in the streets of Eldorado Park, speaking from the heart, really, of course, emphasizing the amount of anger and emotions and heavy hearts that are walking the streets of Eldorado.
Very much so. In fact, Mr. Stanford, join me now. How are you feeling today?
Today I'm actually sad for the fact that my child, my 9-year-old, kept on saying, "Daddy, I'm so traumatized. Are those people coming back?" So we couldn't sleep last night, and she even asked the question to say, "Daddy, can we not move to a different country because of the trauma that she went through?" They were crying because of saying, the other daughter said to me, "Daddy, we were actually safer outside than inside of our homes, because outside we can see them, but inside we cannot. And that's a place where we're supposed to be safe. However, we're not safe."
Morgan, I want you to show me exactly what happened. I want you to show me where the police fired those rubber bullets in your property.
This is the second side. Yeah. They shot 3 throughout here. Actually, 5 of them came through. Yeah. And it was like it was a shooting range. Yeah. They broke this window. My daughter was sitting on the couch. And then when she moved, luckily she just moved the one face and her face to the side. Yeah. And that's when she was missed by the rubber bullet. But if you move on to the other side, yeah, this is where my wife, my daughter, my brother-in-law, they were standing. And this is when the bullet came through. And that's when he hit my wife on the one side, and the other side, other one hit my child. And as you can see above as well. So that was another shot. So as I was working, it was actually traumatizing to see the blood coming out of her face and my brother-in-law's head bleeding and the children screaming. I mean, for a normal South African that's trying to do your part to contribute towards a better South Africa, and you're not bothering anyone, you're just busy there trying to work, and the people that's supposed to be protecting you are the people shooting you. And when we looked through the window coming out, the guy was laughing as he was driving off.
Morgan, let's talk then about the incident that happened on Wednesday. There's 2 versions, one from the community and also one from authorities. In fact, we saw a statement from the Gauteng Premier last night, in fact, saying that this teenager was caught in a crossfire.
It is actually said that the Premier could say such things without having proper knowledge, without coming out to speak to the community, because there was no crossfire. There was only one shot fired, and it was a fatal shot towards the poor child. And when we talk about crossfirings happened 2 months ago, where police would come out 2 hours after shooting. We were actually amazed to hear that there was a crossfire and they were present, because they're never present. I think it's actually best for them to close the police station, or they can only use it for us to stamp affidavits, because they're not there for us. We feel threatened. As we are standing here, we need to be protected, but we're not. I feel safer in protecting my own than going to them and feeling that they can be safe, or let's say provide safety.
Yeah, what is it then that you'd as the resident of El Dorado Park, what is it that you'd want to see here?
Okay. We would want to see a lot of engagement from government, not just saying that this is going to be happening, but it's not happening. We want to see a whole complete change in a police station, because those people that are there are corrupt. I can tell you they're corrupt. You can point them out, they're corrupt, and they know what's happening. And the people that are on the streets, just like yesterday, you could see that what happened yesterday, they were protecting their own. Instead of the community being protected, they were not. As we can say, that was a mini Marikana waiting to happen. If we had left it for an hour, I was telling you it was going to be a different story.
Morgan, I mean, residents kept on mentioning this police officer who allegedly killed Nathaniel. And many people here seem to have a history with him, and it's not a good history by judging from what people are saying.
True. I also had an encounter with him last year, February. I just recently bought my vehicle. The vehicle didn't have number plates on. He stopped me. And with the attitude, he's asking me, whose car is this? So I answered him, it's my car, and why wouldn't it be my car? And he's like, you're too young to have a car. So it was like, are we not allowed to have luxury? Are we not allowed to have proper things? Because we're living in a community like Aldo's. And I told him, the papers at the back, you can have a look if you want to. With attitude, he told the guy, go look. And to his surprise, the paper was there. And he couldn't say sorry. All he did was let him go. So in that moment, we felt bullied, because I was with my family. And this is my family saying, you want us to seek help from the police, but you can't. The police are preaching gender-based violence, but I had females in the house. That's another form of violence. Like now, my children are traumatized. Who caused it? The police. Now, how can we go back to them and say this is happening? Because we know it's not going to happen, and they're not helping us.
All right, thank you so much.
Thanks, sir.
Really appreciate
Thanks,
it.
sir.
All right, that's Morgan Stanford, one of the residents here in El Dorado Park, detailing really what happened to him and his family yesterday, but also just detailing the kind of attitude perhaps that they receive from the police officers here in El Dorado Park. It's back to you.
Yeah, it really is a heart-wrenching one, that one, especially as he speaks about the impact on his family, the really heart-wrenching impact on his family. Our reporter Malungelo Booi continues to speak and get a sense and a deeper understanding with community members in El Dorado Park following the death of a 16-year-old disabled Nathaniel Julius. Of course, we'll continue to bring you more coming out of that community ahead of Police Minister Bheki Cele's visit at noon. Stay tuned.